ANENG PN100. It is a CATIII 600 watt 1999 count AC DC 100 amp current cam. It is a LCD skin. It has APO function. If not in use 15 minutes, maybe auto close off. It powered by two pieces of 1.5 watt AAA battery. Its size is a 165 times 36 times 31 mm. It weighs 140 grams. DC watt is 2 to 600 watt. AC watt is 2 to 600 watt. Its resistor range is 200 to 20 megaohm. Its die output is 0.15 watt to 2.5 watt. Continuity less than 50 ohm may be B-sound on. Capacitor range is 200 nanofarad to 2 megafarad. ACM is 2M to 100M. DCM is 2M to 100M. Temperature is -20 to 1000 degrees C. Okay, let's see the meter. It made in China by ANENG. Inside the box, they have a bed, soft bed, user menu, a pair of test lead, a pair of AAA battery, a chip temperature sensor. Let's see the test pen first. It with a cap in the top. It PVC cable, and this normal 4mm plug. And come with a meter. The meter is have a key. There is an in-off, and the first one is a temperature, and the next one is a AC/DC watt, and next one is a resistor, die, and continuity and capacitor test ring. It must be select the function by the select key. Okay, let's see another. Another is a 10 AC/DC current measure range, and next is a 20 AC/DC current test. Next is a 100 AC/DC current test range, and the last is a NCV function. And the NCV in the top of this one. Okay, let's see the select range of this one, and this may be the whole key, One part is in whole key. They have a H logo. And long part, there may be the backlight skin of this meter. And the first is a mega in resistor wing. If you want to select the function, put this key. It may be select to the die mode, now in die mode. Next is a continuity. Next is a capacitor measure mode. Okay, next. There is a AC/DC voltage. For AC/DC voltage, now in AC voltage, put the select key maybe to the DC, now in DC. And next function of this key, there is AC for DC current measure. When you this meter in DC current measure, maybe zero the reading first. So it in DC now it's not stable. I first put the seal first for measure the accuracy of the DC current. Okay, let's test the meter. DC weapon voltage test, 2.5 watt. It shows 2.5 watt. 5 watt. It shows 5 watt. Proof is 4.99627. 7.5 watt. It shows 7.51 watt. Proof is 7.5 watt. 10 watt. Proof is 9.998 watt. It shows 10.01 watt. It shows accuracy. AC voltage test. Proof is 223. This meter is 224. Next test. NCV test. It about 2 cm have 1 bar. Here have 2 bar. In touch have 3 bar. Then make is 3 bar. Okay, let's see the meter. Use the test lead for testing the hot wire. Normal, use the wet test lead test first. It have ribbon of the hot wire. Neutral, no. Earth, no. Hot air is okay. It can find the hot wire. Next test lead. The bad test lead. It also found the hot wire. And neutral, no. Earth, no. Okay, test finished. NCV test. Near 1 cm have 1 bar. Touch have 2 or 3 bar. Make is 3 bar. This meter. Resistor test. First test the test list first. The test short about 0.3 ohm. Okay, 1 ohm. It shows 1.5 ohm. It shows accuracy. 10 ohm. It shows 10.5 ohm. 10.4K. It shows 10.03K. 100.6K. It shows 100.7K. It shows accuracy. 5 mega. It shows 5 mega. 10.9 mega. It shows 10.85. It shows accuracy. 22.3 mega. It overload. No reading. Okay. Next test. Die function test. It must be part of this switch once to the die mode. Now testing the die. The die is a 0.49 watt about. Okay, let's see the die mode output voltage. The output voltage is 2.1525 watt. Okay, let's see the function of the die mode light on the LED. Red, okay. Yellow, okay. Green, very dim. Blue, it cannot light up. White, it cannot light up. Okay. Let's see another function. Continuity mode. It must part of this switch again into the continuity mode. Now have a buzzer logo in the top. Okay, test it. It very far off rebound the sound. And no reading. One, two. You have two sound, maybe have a reading come out. It's so far. It about 80 dB of this meter come out the sound. Okay, and this meter when lower than 50 ohm maybe B sound on. Now testing the 40 ohm. It has B sound, and so the reading is 39.9 ohm. Okay. This accuracy. Next test. Capacitor test. First, you can put the select key to the capacitor function and test it. First, discharge the capacitor first. ISO 46.3 ISO accuracy of the 47 μF capacitor. Next, a bigger one. ISO 94.6 μF of 100 μF capacitor. And see bigger. There is a 220 μF. ISO 198.6 μF. It near the reading. And now see the bigger one. 2200. It over of this meter. And let's check it. Let's show the OL of this meter and wait a long time. Okay, next test. Reference C and R test of this meter. Now test the C first. C is a 120.8 ISO accuracy. R ISO 5.00 km. It also very accuracy. Next test. Temperature test. Now is a room temperature 28.2 for unity. Volt is a 28, and this meter is a 29. And let's see the unity. Unity about 5.8. Foot is 5.5, and this meter is 6. Okay, let's see the hot water. Hot water foot is 79.3, and this meter is 80, and foot unity is 79 about. Sorry. $74.8. Okay. Let's see this meter high temperature. For the high temperature, you are taught. Now it's 360, 410. Okay. Now cool down to 90 degree. Okay. And this meter can change to the furthest by pressing of this switch. That may be turned to 30. Okay, next test. High DC voltage test, 100 watt. ISO 110.9 watt. ISO accuracy 250. Probe is 276. This meter 276 is okay. 500 watt. Probe is 526. This meter 528. Okay, high test. 1000 watt. This meter have a warning sign come out, and now is a 150 watt DC. Okay, next test. Power consumption test. It normal draw about 0.8 milliamp or 4, and now its weapon is 1 watt. 1.1 watt DC. This meter show 1.097 watt DC. Now drop down the voltage. .8 watt. 2.7 watt, 2.5 watt, 2.4 watt. The battery low logo come out, and the current is a drawdown 0.759 milliamp, and come down 2.2 watt now. The reference reading may be rising up. .1 watt. Then maybe disappear the reading. No reading come out. And rising up. And it must not return. It must be turn off the meter. Turn again. In the first time is AC. I turn to DC. Now also draw the current 0.825 milliamp and add the backlight. It draw in the first time about 10 milliamp. Now it's 5.13 milliamp. Okay, test finished. For the meter, first time maybe test on DC. It must be press the select function key to the DC and zero the reading before test for the DC testing. Now is a zero the reading and came on the cable. And now is a 2 amp range. And now supply is 1.89 amp. The meter can read 1.89 or 1.9 amp now. And if the reading rising up to about 1.99 near the if over there may be overload. Now 1.99 2M. It must be overload, not with the 2M. Okay, next test. High current DC test. Because my supply mix is 10M and only test the current to the 10M. And now seal the reading first. Now test 10M. First was 10.06 and make a sliding. And this meter is 10.16. Okay, next test. AC current test. More current. First is 0.3 M. This meter 0.2. Now first is 0.6. This meter also 0.6. Rising up. 4M. It also show 4M. Very accuracy. Bigger. First is 5.7 M. And this meter is 5.7 M. Okay. And I use a coil multiply the current and test again. Test 10 times the current. Now test the meter in high current. First is 38.7 and this meter now first is 38.5. This meter 37.9. It's so near the reading. Higher. First is 57 M and this meter 56.8. Now is compare. Okay. Let's see another test. APO test. The meter when not use 15 minutes may be auto shut down. We test it. Meter T down. In the other side have a battery compartment. They have a screw and a cover. And open it have a spring and a QC pass and a screw, two screw before I open it. The inside only a battery compartment, no any shielding. In the input jet, no any color code in that. And see the meter first. The main IC is a no name. And input have a PTC protest. in a small bit buzzer. Okay, let's open it. For pop off the flat cable knob. And then put out the flat cable. The flat cable can be put out by open the lock. Okay, inside part can move up. There is the turning switch. And that is another side of the circuit board. That is the key connection. And there's I have a backlight. The backlight have a cover of the connector waveband and the LCD skin. In the downside, no any other. Okay, T down finished.